blinded by the light you follow. Blinded by the light you follow. Come blinded by the light you follow.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I can see that we have a few viewers on both Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Fifi, nice to see you back. Okay. Now, is any of our watchers today after a reading and wanting to connect in with their passed over loved one? Hello, Amanda. Not sure how fast the the chat's going today. Okay, how are we going? Is there anyone that would like to hear from one of their passed over loved ones? Just watching the chat now. See, we've got a few. Okay, Amanda, we can do that. We can bring through Sharon don't know how to pronounce that, Low. Okay. Is there anybody else that would like to join us today with the reading? Just waiting for a little while. In the meantime, we'll just sort of see if anyone else is coming online. Okay, thanks, Fiona. All right, Low, okay. Thank you. All right. So in the meantime, let's just talk about how Spirit communicates with me. So basically, I lift my awareness above my sort of physical body into my higher self. And what I do is basically pay attention to different areas. This is how it works for me. So over on my right-hand side are passed over loved ones in spirit. And then over on my left-hand side of my awareness is your guide. So, and then I have my guide that sits behind me as well. So generally I can feel and sense the direction of who it is and what it is. I do have a message for you, Fiona, so I will pass that through for you as well. So that I can tell you that they're very happy with your progress. Your guides are just giving me that little filter through for you. And I feel that you have sort of got a bit more of a spring in your step of late. So I'm really happy to hear that for you, doll, because I do feel that you've progressed a little bit over the last couple of weeks. So, and feeling a little bit better in yourself as well. Good on you. I know you're having a couple of up and down days, but that's to still be expected. Your body's got to go through some healing as well as your mind. Okay. So that's really good. Well done. Good job. All right, let's have a look at Sharon Lowe for Amanda. Okay. All right. You can see, wow, trying. Yeah, you are doing well, doll. That was for Fiona. All right. All right, Amanda, I have got your guides in as well. Now, was Sharon a dark-haired lady? If you can just confirm who this is for me, as in confirm that I've got the right soul. A dark-haired lady with hair down to about here when she was younger. And I feel that she'd wear it back a fair bit as well. I'm getting a fairly kind, easygoing sort of energy as well, and I feel that her energy is very she's a bit flat as a tack before she passed away. I feel that she wasn't well for a while. Yeah, okay. So do you know who this spirit might be that's coming for you? I would say this lady's probably in her early 40s to mid 40s before she's passed away. Okay, she's got lighter hair and short. Okay. I can see two people there for you and a male, two females and a male. So hang on. Okay, so I'm getting the feeling of this lady being quite motherly, the fair-haired lady with the cut hair in the back, quite motherly. So she's probably either your mum or a grandmother or someone that's related to you in that way. So I'm picking up this lady as well wasn't well, so before she passed away. Okay. So can you confirm who the darker haired lady is, Amanda? So I've got two females and a male as well. Yeah. Right, okay. All right. I'm not sure how delayed the chat is just at the moment. We have had some issues. I've been trying to sort it out with the streaming software that I'm using. Yeah. So can you identify? You can't think. Okay, who the lady, the dark-haired lady. That's all right. We can push her aside. So I'm getting the, yeah, that's all right. Okay, so I'm just going to channel this shorter-haired lady. I feel quite a bright spark, very energetic, but then went downhill before she passed, and I feel that she was quite nauseous before she passed as well. I feel very motherly, and in the way that she would mother everybody, like she was always around for everybody as well. And, you know, a doer. A real doer, like I'll get in and do that. That's not a problem at all. And I do feel that you had a very close bond to her as well. Even though she might be, I don't feel that you had that normal angst between you of the mother-in-law, daughter-in-law sort of scenario. She feels like she just got along with most people. And, you know, quite a happy sort of easygoing, didn't stress about a lot of things. I mean, she would stress, but she wasn't a stress head, if that makes sense. So she just had that that really easygoing sort of flowy sort of personality. She's just talking about, I'm getting that she had a bit of disappointment around her son as well. And she's sort of shaking her head in regards to him, but I feel like got over the hump and moved through it. So I feel that there's been a little bit of sabotage or something that's gone on in his life, but I feel like he has got over the worst of that as well. So she's just wanting to let you know that sort of the rocky paths of sort of like you're over it's like you've gone over the hill, or he's gone over the hill down the side of the mountain or the hill, and then it's like on pebbles the way she's showing me. So, and it's like he is still walking over the pebbles, so it's still a bit of a rough sort of walk, but it's not the hard journey anymore. I feel like she's definitely showing me that he's done some self-sabotage along the way, but he is coming out the other side of that. So she does want to pass love down if you can pass that on. She's wanting to hand you a bunch of flowers. So that bunch of flowers is very much like wanting to honour you as like the mother to the children, and how proactive you are with the children. Like you're very, very much a mummy that does absolutely everything she can the best way she can. And there's a lot of honouring going on from her as well, which is really lovely, because she's saying to me that you do doubt yourself at times, and she doesn't want you to doubt yourself. Like you do your best. Literally, you do your best. Every day you get up, it is just doing your best. And I don't feel that, like, you're quite a conscious sort of person, conscious of how you speak to people, how you love other people. You're not sort of asleep, and you're not just coping with life. I feel that you're very proactive with self-reflection, and that's the honouring that she's saying about, okay? And I feel that you're very active with the children, so you do as much as you possibly can with the children. So, the mother that you are is quite a lovely, very present mother, okay? I do have a message from your guides, Dale, so they do want to pass something through to you. So, okay, so just about dusting yourself off. So it's very important to dust yourself off and keep going. So, and sometimes life is tough, but it's like it's not the end of the show. It's not the end of the road. It's like, just keep walking. Just keep walking. Doesn't matter how hard it is, you just keep walking. And there's times where because you're a bit of a perfectionist in relationships and wanting the best for the relationship, she's it's sort of like your guides are sort of showing me that you try 200% with everything that you do, and when you don't see other people giving the same thing back, you really do struggle at times. Like mentally it does really affect you, and emotionally, and they're just sort of like, you've got to dust yourself off and realize that not everyone has the same capacity to love as you do. And I feel very much what your guides are showing me is that it's just get up and take one more step and another step, and just reassess after every step. All right, because I feel like there's people in your life that have sucked the life out of you, so to speak. They're quite happy to be, because you're very much a doer and you're very much there for everybody else. Okay, so, and I feel like over the top, not just like I'm a giver. This is like I'm a hyper giver. Okay, it's very different sort of energy. And she's like saying that, like, this is your female guide. She's saying like there's strength in numbers, but only the people that are in your camp. All right, so they're not. You've got to realize that not everyone's in your camp, and when you're a hyper giver, they're like, okay, I can sit back and let you do all the work, and you're exhausted. You need to slow down. And what your guides are showing me is it's just one baby step at a time. You don't have to conquer the world, and eradicate some of these people out like all at once. And it's just one step at a time. So in other words, look at each relationship or each person you have in your life that is sort of draining energy. Okay, so, I feel that if you can sort of have a look at that drain on that particular person, assess if it's being mirrored back, if there's a lot of love coming back or a lot of respect or whatever it is that you need from that relationship, hold on to it, but also set boundaries, okay? I feel once you get to the end of the road with somebody, it's like you're totally exhausted, like you have absolutely nothing left. And it's because your mind's out there trying to make their life happier and you're not sort of focusing on your own needs. So I feel very much that this is pertinent for you at the moment because you do need to slow it down a little bit, duh? So be kind to yourself what I'm getting is that you need to have a bit of self-reflection time. So I hope that helped you. If there's anything else you want me to ask Amanda, I know that your guides are here that you need an answer to. So they're actually asking me to put this on hold and wait for your question. Okay. Thank you. You're most welcome, darling. Hi, Catherine. Thanks for joining us. All right, if you need some more guidance, Amanda, because these readings tend to be a little bit surface level, what I'm finding. If you want some more guidance, deeper guidance, feel free to book a reading with me. So I'll see how I go, Amanda, for Josh and for her other sons. Okay, let me just find out. I'll come back to you, Catherine. You'll be next on the list, darling. All right. Thank you, Catherine. I do love the work that I do. It heals so many people. And a lot of the work I do is not just, rainbows and unicorns sort of thing. It's very pertinent to the struggles that we have and how our subconscious mind runs our life versus where our soul's at. So I think it's really important that we learn to listen to our soul. But, sometimes we can get so bogged down with all the human stuff. And look, at times I do as well, but I also know when I'm in that bogged down state that I need to actually pull out and switch off that part of my mind. So, yeah, I really do love. Thank you, Catherine. That's lovely. Most of my work, actually, I've never had to advertise, and I have just moved interstate from one side of Australia to the other. And I really love the work that I do, but, wanting to go online and do a bit more online work now was more for me. I could feel that pull happening. So, and I ironically could feel the pull to move from Perth over to the Gold Coast about 3 or 4 years ago. So here I am now following my soul, running the gauntlet, as they say. Okay, let's have a read at this chat. Thank you. Catherine, get them to jump online if you like and just subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm assuming you're on YouTube. Doesn't look like we have any live. Oh, yes, we do have a couple of people alive on Facebook. Hi, Michelle and Val. I see that you're on Facebook. For some reason, I'm not getting any messages coming through which I have on my chat that I'm actually looking, not on the screen. So, but I will watch both chats. So it is something that I've put in a support request to the streaming software. So, okay, let's get back to, I'm just going to have a look at this chat. So we had, Michelle, I know I've done a reading for you recently, so I'm going to go over to, and I've done one for you, Catherine, as well. So I'm going to go over to Val Dean, to try and bring through Lenny Danos, it looks like. So Spirit will know what that is. I think your name, Sincere Charles, I think your name is Carla from memory, if you can just confirm that. Thanks, Catherine. The other thing too that you all might want to jump on, I am giving a free a free private one-to-one reading away at the end of July. So I've started that contest now, and that contest is basically the person with the highest amount of points will actually win. So you can actually send some shares out via that, especially for you, Catherine, if you're recommending me. What you can do is send that share link out, and the more shares that you do, there is a pixel that tracks that. The more shares that you do, the more points that you get. So the person with the highest points basically will win a free reading, and that reading is actually it's a 40-minute reading worth 130 Australian dollars. So feel free to jump on board with that link. I am showing that link on the screen as well. All right, let's go over to, I want to go over to Valdine. Val, I'm just going to have a look at who you have in spirit for you. And if you can just please confirm if I do have the right person. Right, okay. Okay, yep, all right, I'm seeing the chat. Right, thank you. Okay, I'm picking up someone that has been quite, really ill, and I feel unwell for a while, for months, and then really plummeted very, very quickly. I'm getting a very straightforward, shoot from the hip sort of personality. To look at this person, I'm sort of looking at an older woman, probably in her 60s or 70s. And I shouldn't say that because I'm nearly 60. But I feel that she's sort of got quite a few skin blemishes on her face, and I'm getting very short hair cut into the back, but quite thick hair as well, and like a fair coloured hair, but I feel like there's a fair bit of silver through it. So if you can identify if this is one of your people that have passed away, Val. So I know you're after a Lenny, but I just want to confirm because I'm just channeling you. So when you answer people, can you just answer with what the question is? If I'm asking you to confirm something, please. Because when I'm hearing yes, I'm not sure what you're saying yes to. Okay, thank you, Nora. I will come back to you if we do have time. Your cousin D, okay. Really quite a lovely lady, full of life. You know, when I say full of life, I'm seeing her sort of chuckle and, you know, like she's got a really good sense of humour. Like her whole body moves when she chuckles. And I feel that she's had, when I say she's been quite ill, I'm getting like a sense of cancer and things eating away, but then plummeting very, very fast just before she's passed away. I can see another man there. So is Lenny your father as well, Dal? I do have a older man there that's quite a little bit reserved in personality. Died young from cancer, yeah. So, Val, I'm just asking you about Lenny. If you can just answer me, please. Is Lenny an older man, quite a quieter sort of personality, kept to himself a bit? Didn't really show much emotion. Lenny's a friend, okay. Is he an older man, possibly? He's an older man. Did he have some heart issues before he passed as well? So I do have this man here for you. No, younger, okay. And has he recently passed? With dark hair, like almost black hair, like a dark brown? Sorry, I've just got to identify the people that I have, or spirits I have here, and then bring through that one that I know. So you're saying died young from cancer. Is that referring to your cousin D? So when you're giving me answers back, if you can just verify what I'm talking about. Lenny's a friend. And does he have the darker hair, like sort of wildish sort of hair, a bit of a wild sort of personality? He's a funny guy. Can anyone tell me, okay, that could be your pops. Alexander died at 45. Okay, because we've got a delay in the chat, Val, I'm not sure what you're saying yes to. So I do have this man that wants to come through for you, though. He's pushing it. I feel very sort of straight up sort of guy, but doesn't say much about anything to anybody if it's none of his business. But, you know, when he has say, he's blunt. When he says something, he's like shoot from the hip. All right. I might just move on, Val, because the chat is getting very slow. And I just need to confirm what spirit it is that I'm trying to identify with. Okay, Lenny is a ginger. The older Fanny man is Pop, quite the comedian. Okay, I'll let you go. Thank you. I never knew my dad. Okay. All right, maybe jump on or so I'm just sort of looking at the chat that's on screen. It's not coming through anywhere near as fast for me. I still want to pass through a message from the man. Okay, he wants to validate that life has been a little bit like this. It's like, oh, I'm trying to make an effort, then I'm flat. Trying to make an effort, then I'm flat. So I'm just going to pass this through for you, Dal, because he's sort of like, you know, get your head out of the negativity. That's what he wants to tell you. The negativity is sort of, it's like you do 100% effort, but then you sort of slow right down, you know, like if you don't get the result that you're expecting, then you sort of start turning in on yourself, and he's asking you just to stop doing that. He's saying that he is behind you trying to give you a bit of a push forward at the moment, but it's like you mentally sort of cave in a little bit, if you understand what I mean by this. And it's like you are trying to grow at the moment, but it's if you don't get the results, you just slow down. So don't force yourself in a way that your own mind's doing you in when you want to grow, all right? So it's very much like you need to, I don't know, have a little bit more self-belief, okay? A little bit more self-belief that you can do it, all right? All right, let's have a look at this chat. No, Lenny is a ginger. The older man is, yeah, okay. And then Lenny was a younger friend. I miss him. Is he the real funny, wild sort of guy that I've picked up? Yeah, I can see you do that, Val, shooting yourself in the foot. And I think all it is a belief system that it shouldn't be this hard, that you need to change. So if you can sort of see that, you know, the more that you think like that, the more you're going to stay like that. So it is a form of self-sabotage, but you know, it's hard when you're trying to move ahead and you have expectations. And that's the saddest part about our human mind is when we create a vision in our mind and it only comes from the mind, it's not coming from that soul, like the mind is not serving the soul. What actually happens is the mind's off on this tangent, being able to, how can I put it, being able to sort of keep getting up every day for this vision. And then when that vision doesn't come forward and when the event doesn't happen, it's like turns on you. It literally goes, you're a failure, you know, you're never going to get anywhere, or, you know, you've just stopped this and, you know, look at you, you know, like it starts to criticize and fold in on you. So that's when it's not coming from the soul doll, and it's out there doing its own agenda by itself. So you have to understand that in order to move forward and grow, what we need to do is basically follow what our soul's showing us, but getting our mind on that job rather than it's off on its own tangent. Okay. So, and when I say off on its own tangent, it's like trying to get a vision of who we are, what we're doing, and what we're supposed to be according to life's rules, or, you know, the beliefs that have been shed upon you. And, you know, looking at that, whether you really are owning that step that you're doing, if you feel like it's really part of your purpose and passion, or you're just doing it because that's what life is supposed to, what I'm supposed to be doing in life, or what everyone else has told me. So I feel very much that he wants to pass this through to you, because you are sort of getting so far, and then it's like you stop and you give up, and it's like you've just got to push through. And what I mean by push through is you have to get the determination that that's what you really want, and it's really part of your soul's journey rather than what you think you should be doing, if that makes sense. Feel free to jump on if you're on Facebook. I do have a Rekindling Me group. You can search that. You will find it, and that I will be teaching a lot of people about that difference between the human mind and how it works and the soul's mind. So feel free to jump on that and join that group. It's a free group. All right. Okay. I'm going to go to you, Nora, because I know that you want to hear from your guide. So as long as you can give me permission to pass through even the personal stuff, I'm happy to do that. And welcome along, Scorpify. And thank you, Val. You're most welcome. I hope that really helps you. You know, sometimes being aware of the way we do sabotage ourselves, it pulls us into our conscious mind to watch that and then start to sort of align better. That's why I invited you into that group, because I will be teaching some of that stuff. All right. Let's go. Yes, please. Okay, let's go with you, Nora. I'll just get your guides in. Oh, got them in. They're like front and centre. It's amazing how they know what's going on before we do. Okay, a lot of pulling and pushing going on in you at the moment. Trying to establish sort of who you are and what your direction is, like what your life purpose is. Okay, so they're telling me, this is really straight from the hip, you have the resources to step forward. One is you have to be kind to yourself. And it's like you've got to shut the noise out from everybody else, all the influence, and just do what's right for you. So a lot of your pleasing that you do to other people or with other people, you are pleasing other people before you're pleasing yourself. And I'm going to say this to you, and it's going to, you know, might be a bit brutal, but this is the way it's coming across from your guides. The biggest thing that you do is you give to receive, right? When you're giving to somebody, you're doing it because you need something back, right? So you're wasting energy on giving this information or giving the support or giving whatever, and you're not receiving back. And it's like you need to ascertain what that rule is for you. And I feel like boundaries is a really big thing for you that you're trying to learn now. Okay, so, and what they're showing me is that you need to basically pause before you respond. So rather than go, yes, I can do that. Yes, I can help you. Yes, I'm here. You know, okay, you know, all this, it's like, am I aligned with this? Just pause Am I aligned with this? If you're not sure and you need time, say maybe. Maybe I'll do that for you. Maybe I'll think about it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Give yourself permission to say maybe. Okay, I think that's your really big message that you need to hear now. Right. I hope that helps you. And I feel that there's changes coming up for you as well, and they're instigated by you. And I feel like you're trying to force the envelope around work and income and increase your income. And I feel that what they're showing me is like, this is the old road you've always been on and you've got to go up this new road. And it's as scary as hell, but you're going to do it. And going up that new road is going to give you so much for yourself and so much growth. And, you know, when I say it's scary as hell, it's a very uncomfortable comfort zone that you're going to step out of. All right. So that new road, I feel, is in around 2 to 3 months that you're going to actually feel like you're jumping off the cliff, hanging on by your fingernails. But when you let go and you let God, so to speak, or the universal forces, what will happen is you won't hit the ground, and you will realize that you're more supported and your guides are supporting this new growth change. I feel like this has been hanging around you for 2 or 3 years. You know you've got to grow, but you've been holding yourself back. All right. And I feel this is definitely around the work, income and whatnot. And it's lack of self-esteem. You need to step up and look at what you already have. Sit down and write down. And I say this to a lot of my clients, my life coaching clients. Sit down and write out an assets list, all your assets, everything you've learned, everything you've overcome, everything that you've done in this life. And then go over and look at your liabilities. And your liabilities are very shallow compared to what your assets are. You need to start seeing what you do have done, not what you don't have. And, you know, I can say this to you, the human mind, and even mine does it too, the human mind will constantly let you know you don't have the resources and that you're a failure because you don't have them. And the reason why you don't have the resources is because the human mind's a database. It's no different than a computer hard drive on your computer. And what happens is it just stores information. It's information in, information out. And trauma gets stuck down in the bottom parts of your hard drive, so to speak, or your human mind to keep you safe. But what you're doing is basically going in there going, I don't have the resources. And then, you know, it's folding on itself, right? But there's resources everywhere in the world. If you don't have them stored, go out and look for the resources, you know, go and learn whatever it is that you need to learn. All right. So stop giving yourself excuses that you can't grow and you can't step forward. That's your message from your guides. I hope that helps you. You've got everything you need, Dal. I just feel that you just need to take the step. All right, Dal. I hope that helps you. All right. Now we did have somebody else that come in and asked for, let me just scroll back. I haven't done a reading for Scorpify, so let's see if I can connect in for you, Dal. I'm sorry if I've missed out with somebody else early. Yeah, okay, you're most welcome. I hope that helps you. Nora, Sincere Charles. All right, Scorpify, Eva Wilson, Scarce, it looks like, or Scarce, sorry, all right. Okay, I feel like there was a lot of sadness around this person's passing. A little bit hesitant to come in. There's a lot of emotion still around this person passing. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm getting the feeling that this person was a very, Eva was a very real lady, like real, didn't want to speak out of turn, was very, a very kind, respectful person. I'm only getting a really little framed person. But very sort of not very presumptuous at all. Like I I get this sort of nature where she feels like a little old lady, to be honest. So you're most welcome, Nora Charles. I really, really hope that helps you. Scorpify, if you can just let me know if this is Eva that you're wanting to hear from. And if you're still with us, I can see you haven't been on the chat. Okay, if I don't hear from you, Scorpify, I am going to move on. Yeah, not sure if that's her. Okay. Was she an older lady before she passed? I feel like a very, I don't know, not a withered sort of soul, but she's an older lady. I can see her body sort of quite broken down. Okay. All right, Catherine, I'll see how I go because I do have a private appointment in 18 minutes that I have to make. She was 76, right? And was it broken down? Was she broken down, like in her body? Like, I feel sort of quite old in her body for her age, but very, very sweet-natured. I would call her a sweet lady, quite respectful, and she would have been a shyer personality. And I feel like, you know, not a very big framed lady. A little bit drawn in the face as well, I'm getting. All right. Yeah, okay, great. I just want to make sure that I've got the right soul so that you feel that you get the connection with her rather than, you know, me just pulling through whoever's there for you. All right. So I am picking up that she's quite the lady, you know, like was when I say respectful, I just feel that her energy is very sweet, kind, sort of go with the flow, not a really problematic sort of personality. She's got a bit of a, you know how nuns are? She's got a bit of that sort of nature about her. You know, and that's probably the best way I could describe her nature or how to frame it. Okay, I'm just pulling her through, so hang on for a sec. And when I'm communicating I'm actually communicating in my head as well. So she's just wanting to say thank you for like creating the bridge. Okay, so I'm getting that she does want to tell you that she loves you. There wasn't a lot of words of love between you. I feel like the demonstration of love was there, but not always the words. So she does want to express that to you. Okay. I'm going to go to your guides as well, doll, that you need to hear from. She's wanting to confirm she's with a man, and the man was quite he could be a bit abrupt, but he was still a gentle man, okay? And she's wanting to confirm that she is with him. She's not a lady that'd give a lot of information away either, okay? So I get the feeling that, you know, doing this on live as a live thing she wouldn't want. And so she was quite private as well. But she does love you dearly, okay, Scorpify. And I get this that she wants to honour you for being there for her, okay? I feel that you're quite a happy, bubbly sort of person and sort of very supportive, and she just wants to say thanks for the journey, okay? Very sweet message. She feels very private. So, it's really interesting because their personalities go with them. They don't get all the negativity. They do go through and heal all of their, traumas and negative aspects of their human side when they do evolve back up into spirit. And she feels still quite the lady as well. Okay, but they do show me how they identify when they were here. Okay, I'm going to go over to your guides. I hope that helps you. It's very short and sweet from her, but she is sort of, hang on. I think the big thing is to give you proof of afterlife, because it's not that you don't believe, but I don't think you've had enough evidence. So she's just wanting to pass that through. And she does want to say that she is definitely with the man. I can see her holding the man's hand. So that means that they were in a relationship together. Okay. I'm just going to pull through what your guides are showing me if you're happy to get that information. Been in a bit of a slump of late. Feeling quite alone as well. They're saying that you're not alone, okay? Okay, kind words to the self, please, is what they're saying. So, and I do feel financial worries around you, and what they're saying to me is that it will be quite, when I say it feels like smooth sailings ahead, but I feel that you worry before that you need to worry, if that makes sense. So you're getting stuck in that sort of spiral, and you've just got to be careful, okay? Like that spiral is not helpful. Worry about anything is not helpful. Action is helpful. And it's like, am I choosing to stay in this spiral that goes downhill, or am I choosing to go, okay, what can I do about it? And I feel very much that's what's important for you right now, okay? So they're showing me, so you've got two guides in just at the moment. So one's about work as well. So it's almost like should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? And it's sort of like not right now. Leave it for about a couple of weeks, but you've got to get your head right of how, and your head right as in how do I want to do this and what do I want to do, okay? And it's around money and making sure that money is still flowing. All right, I hope that helps you. Okay. Let's just go to Catherine. You want to hear from your guides? Okay. Let me just tune in to you, Catherine. Catherine Rhodes now. All right. All right, I've got your guides in. I do have a mother figure in as well. I'm hearing the words hop, skip, and a jump. So, and I feel this is like new adventures, stepping out, quite confident and positive about it as well. And I feel like what they're showing me is like your positive mindset is very much what you want, you can achieve. Sometimes you do hold yourself back because of other people. I do feel that you've got a lot of family around you, and you're quite a busy lady and like doing and, quite active. But I feel that at the moment it's like just pause, breathe, okay? So you've got to, it's like as much as you're doing everything and you're quite active, you just got to pause to check in with yourself, okay? Because I feel what your guides are showing me at the moment is like everything's 100 miles an hour. It's like life in the fast lane of doing everything, like being on board and being happy, positive, and everything's moving forward. But I feel like you have to check in. All right, you've got to check in and go, am I aligned still? Am I doing what I need to do? Am I aligned? If not, change your direction. And it's fairly easy for you because I can see you sort of it's like once you actually stop and breathe, you can sort of consciously look at things and go, yeah, I'm not really serving myself here. Okay. All right. So, and I feel very much that if you can just pause, meditation would be great for you, really good for you, because I feel that you're so active that you don't get to pause much. By the time you hit the bed at night, you're exhausted. You need to sleep. So it's a case of sort of trying to get that little bit of moment. And it just takes 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes where you can stop. Like when I learned to, so I became a meditation facilitator, and one of the really brilliant skills that they taught us to teach others was to pause and look at a red light. When we're in the car, just look at the red light and try and focus everything else. And the moment that red light changes, your brain's going to switch to go. So take a minute or two while you're sitting at lights and look at that red light and just see, that you have a moment to be still, where you still your thoughts. And that's not letting it run away on to other things. It's like, no, back to the red light, back to the red light. Okay, so I hope that helps you. All right. Hi, J.A. and the Matrix. Thanks for joining us. So I do channel passed over loved ones, J.A. So if you want to hear from somebody that's passed away or hear from your guides, just let me know. Just going to have a look if there's anybody else, because I have done some readings for some people that are still in the chat. All right. You're most welcome, Catherine. My pleasure. It's amazing how the readings are very different for everyone. It's very pertinent to where they are in life at the moment. Yes, please. I need a name, first and last name, please, J.A. Okay, still waiting. That's what I mean. The chat is a little bit slow. Can anyone tell me how slow the chat is from when I'm asking to when I'm reading the message? Has anyone got any idea? Wow, I'm picking up, J.A., that you're very lost at the moment. Sort of floundering around. Does that make sense? I've already got your guides in. Thank you, Fifi. That's beautiful. Okay. So, J.A., if you can just please confirm. I do only have a few minutes left. I do have an appointment in 6 minutes I need to fly off to. Thank you, Fifi. That's really lovely. That's 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm just going to say about the floundering around. I feel that this is very much about your life direction at the moment, J.A. Heavy energy around you. Like I get the feeling that life's not quite what you expected, like what you thought you'd be achieving by now, you haven't been achieving. I do feel that a bit of solitude or loneliness is hanging around you at the moment as well. Okay, so this is straight from the hip from your guides. It's like the only person that can fix this is you. You need to get out of your own way. And what this is not directed at you to be cruel. It's like you need to look at your level of thinking. And what I mean by this is like, am I thinking positively or am I thinking negatively? Is life a drag? Is it hard? Is it, life is how you think. Everything is mindset. So how do we move from feeling not just like the victim, but why is life so damn hard? Why are we, everything's a struggle. Everything is, effort to move forward. Unfortunately, it is. But the difference between, and I think you need to hear this, the difference between when your mindset is sort of a bit negative is generally that your mind is sort of off on this tangent over here and your soul's over here, and they're not working together. And it's sort of like I get this sort of heaviness around you where you don't feel connected to who you are, if that makes sense. So, and I feel, you're quite a kind person. Like I'm picking up male energy here. You're quite a kind person. And, it is about like learning self-love. I mean, but that's such a hippie saying, but it is about aligning to who you are, aligning to what you want out of life, because I feel like there's been a lot of brainwashing in your life about who you are and what you're meant to be doing, and it doesn't. None of that aligns to you. Like I just feel like you're like the black sheep. So what I'm picking up is that you need to cull all of that noise around you and start identifying with who you really are. And not take on the words of everybody else. I think that's a really big message for you. And, I feel that you've got a very, very good heart. You're one of those people that will get up and help anybody, anytime. Like you've just got that ability to support everybody else, but you don't feel like there's a lot of support around you at the moment. So I hope that really helps you just reflect and see who you are. Don't identify with what everybody else is telling you who you are. Have a look at who you are. Look at your skill set. I feel that you're a very analytical, sensitive person. Like you can analyze, and you are very sensitive to the thoughts and feelings of other people. But I do feel that you're very alone in your thoughts. But you don't need to be alone, doll. At the end of the day, we're all in the same matrix, so to speak, dealing with our own set of thoughts versus our life experience compared to who we are, as a human being and as a soul. And at the end of the day, we're having a human experience as souls. We're down here for a set of lessons, and sometimes it's like walking through the quicksand or the quagmire trying to get out the other side. And, sometimes, when we don't have the resources and we don't look outside of ourselves, or we don't seek resources outside, we're stuck with just the belief systems we've got, but we're not feeling like our soul's there for us. And it's hard because we suppress that part of us because of the brainwashing that we've had. So I think this is really important for you to understand that you're actually a really lovely soul. And I feel that you've got a lot to give, like a lot of love to give, but yet you've hidden a lot of that. And your guides are trying to push you forward at the moment, really push you forward. Okay, I do get a little bit of sadness around you. It's self-sadness, and I'm getting that. It's just one foot after the other. Sometimes, it's not about seeing what we don't have. We all go through difficult times. We all have our challenges, but they're supposed to grow us. What those challenges do, when we're struggling with anything in our life, and I could say this to everybody that's on, when we're struggling with anything, it's we lack the resources. So we need to look for those resources rather than keep telling ourselves we're useless and hopeless because we don't have the resources. If we don't have them, there'll be another human being that does, and that's what we've got to go and look for. So I really hope that I hope that helps you, and gives you the opportunity to reflect on who you truly are rather than the experiences that you're going through. All right, Tal, I hope you can grow from that, and you're a beautiful soul, and I think you need to start to really look at that. All right, Tal. Okay, everyone. Well, I'm going to say goodbye. It looks like we've lost some viewers because I've finished their reading, but that's okay. Goodbye and God bless and stay happy. Bye.